sound is the vibration of air particles. So if I was to take a slinky and hold it up in front of you and keep it stretched out but nudge one end, you'd see a wave propagating backwards and forwards along the slinky. And this is quite a good analogy for how sound behaves, because sound is really the transference of energy between one air particle and the next, and each air particle doesn't really move that far. It will go through a cycle moving backwards and forwards at a certain rate, which will be known as the frequency, but it will also transfer its energy to other air particles, and that wave will propagate throughout the air. Once that wave impinges on our eardrum as a pressure wave, we will then interpret it as sound and we'll hear it. Now, as I mentioned, the frequency of the sound wave is the number of times per second a single air particle will move backwards and forwards. In other words, if you look at an air particle and it moves forwards, backwards, then returns to the position at which it started, that would be one cycle. And the frequency refers to how many times it can complete that cycle in a second. Now, in reality, when we listen to sound, it's oscillating at a number of different frequencies, or a whole range of frequencies. And the higher the number of hertz, the higher the pitch, the higher the frequency. So if you were to listen to a female vocalist sing a very high note, that would correspond with a high frequency, a high number of hertz. Conversely, if you were to listen to a low bass guitar, or a bass guitar playing a low note, that would correspond with a low frequency, or a low number of hertz. Now, humans can supposedly hear from 20 hertz, or 20 times per second, up to 20,000 times per second. Now, in reality, it's a bit less than this. Especially as you get older, you tend to lose the higher frequency limit of your hearing. But that being said, it's generally considered to be 20 to 20K.